What's happening, peeps? Senior here, and I have a project on my hands. So, what you see before you is a heaping pile of rubbish. Yeah, literally, it's a heaping pile of rubbish, and it really needs to go into the metal recycling and whatever else recycling can be done to these things. But so, yeah, the mission for today is to take this rig and turn it into da, 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 this. So there you go, peeps. Uh, just basically used a couple components off that old rubbish bicycle, namely the pedals and the seat post and a tube. Yes, I did put a tube on the front there. So now this bike is never going to be on the mountains. This is literally just a paved trail type bike for the kids to play around. So what we have here is a smorgasbord of stuff. It's got a 9-speed on the back, sourced from something. It has a Ditch Witch Sunwrangle wheel on the rear, the Acera from my old Tokel from a while back, some specialized crankset with the awesome square taper, and then it's got a Bontrager seat. It's got a knockoff seat post and clamp. And then up here it gets good, actually. So this is a pretty legit 60 mil stem. And then actually these are some pretty sweet 685 mil. What do they call these? They are the Easton EC70 XC bars. These are actually some super nice light XC bars. It has some Avid controls for the cable operated brakes down here. So Avid handles mixed with HB MX4 calipers. Let's take a look, peeps. So got these pretty sweet calipers here. They're pretty rocking 160 front and rear and front there. Of course, the pedals, those were, like I said, sourced from that other rubbish bike. The coil sprung Marzuki actually came off the Diamondback hardtail of this same era Diamondback Coil EX. So funny enough, that bike was given to me, and so this fork and it actually works really well. You can't see it on there because I'm shaking like crazy, but anyway, it squishes pretty good and it's super smooth. So I'm actually pretty stoked with that. And then the shifting up here is some old like 2-piece. So this shifter actually separates from the bar clamp here. So it's a little 8-speed shifter, which I don't know. It just might be missing a gear, or I might use my old 8-speed cassette for it. I haven't figured that out yet. And some ODI grips. Now, this little project, in the front is that right there. It's one of the Mavics 223 disc, peeps, and wrapped with some specialized comp. Specifically says dirt somewhere on there. So that, I actually want to ride this thing for real. So it's pretty nifty, peeps. I just have to get this chain ring figured out with the correct spacing and application for that. Wrap a chain around here, and yeah, man, this thing should be rocking here pretty soon. So there you go. That is going to be my little donation to a buddy of mine's oldest son, and totally think he's going to dig that way more than that other bike. So alright guys, that's why you keep spare stuff around, because sometimes you can just fab things together, make it happen, and be able to help somebody else out, you know. And that's all I've got to say about this. You know, the pivot, very good friend of mine had a buddy who gave it to me, and it needed a seat post, which I got from my Tokel. The handlebars and the stem came from the Tokel, and the brakes came from the Roscoe. So I was able to piece that together, and now I've got a riding 26er. Do have brakes on that one. That's a whole nother story. But now, time to finish putting this thing together. And some kid is going to have a blast ripping up and down the streets in his neighborhood with this thing. So, oh man, I can't wait to take this out for a ride. I am going to video that when I get this thing rolling, peeps. All right, go help your family, friends, neighbors, strangers solve their problems with the awesome skills you have, peeps. And more importantly, go find your walk with Jesus, because he will do amazing things through you to answer the prayers of others. Get it, your boy.